All right, hola, bienvenidos, welcome back to the channel. Still recuperating from the AHR Expo in Orlando, Florida. So I went out there for a few days. I jokingly said it was a business trip. I did have commitments and podcasting and a lot of other things on top of, trying to get to all the booths and stuff and see what's new. I did film, but I did walk around quite a bit. And I think the best part of these kinds of events is, yes, you get to see new stuff, which I'm excited for, and we can talk about that a little later in the video. And I also am going, eventually I'm going to try out some of that stuff. A lot of the new tools are coming out in the spring, so I personally can't wait. So like I said, yes, you get excited for new tools, new announcements, new products coming to market. And AHR is where they're going to showcase them. Obviously, I have the Veto Pro Pack tool bag next to me, and they have a booth, and you can get discounted items because you can actually purchase stuff there. They'll have their hoodies and shirts and beanies and a bunch of other things you can buy, and they're going to show you what's coming out. What I'm not allowed to make videos on until like spring or summer, you'll be able to see that at their booth in February. Usually it's the beginning of February when they have this expo. So if you guys didn't know, I will share a few things from the trip. I also made it out to the HVAC Tactical Awards show. So yes, we have our own awards show to recognize just awesome people and awesome work. So I've been a part of that for a couple years now, winning and presenting. And then, like I said, the trip is cool for getting away, taking a little mini vacation, seeing new stuff, but it's really the people. Like anybody is there, anybody that we see in the live chats, in the comments, and on social media, you're going to see them there, and it's cool to catch up with them. I didn't give myself enough time to see everybody, so I do apologize if we didn't get to catch up and talk. I was running around the whole time. But in this video, some of you are asking about the MCT. I forgot that they were actually giving one away for everybody that attended the award show. So we got the MCT here. We'll go over what came in it. And I currently have my tools in it. I'll just give you a quick glance at that. And then I'll get to work on those requested videos that you guys were asking for. All right, so I'm usually hesitant or not really interested in making videos about the expo, about any of the trip. And this time I didn't record as much. I let, guys like Jake, so you can go check out Cooling with Kraus, Curtis, HVAC guy. They made dedicated videos about the trip, the new tools, and things you can look forward to seeing in the near future. And I just personally did a few clips so I could share, but I didn't go into depth in any of that. But I just want to quickly say that it is like 20 degrees outside right now in Texas, which is really crazy, but it's a good excuse. If you guys want to go over to the website, reliablehvacr.net, I have a merch store. You can find hoodies like this. There is a red version. There's HVAC Nights merch. There's some of the Punisher skull that I've done with the gauges and plenty more. Probably do some hats. This one was a favorite over there. Everybody tried to buy it off of me. I had a few to give out at my Spectraline booth, but that's a whole other thing. Maybe we'll get into some hats in the near future. All right, so like I said, I don't necessarily make these kinds of videos, but I do want to give a shout out to Ben Poole. The HVAC Tactical Awards show was phenomenal. It's great. If you guys didn't know, last year I won Best Social Content. I was actually nominated for that, and Influencer of the Year. So I was able to take home an award last year in Chicago at the award show, which means I had to present this year. So presenting this year was a whole different thing. And we're supposed to co-present with a sponsor of the show. I got to do mine with Mark, who is Tomahawk HVAC on Instagram, and he works over at GE. So we got to present. It was a little nerve-wracking. We went back and forth with a speech, and I almost scrapped it. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of his input, and I got nervous right before going up, and I was like, we need to cut it. And I was like, whatever, let's just do it. And I got a lot of good feedback on that speech. So appreciate everybody who enjoyed it, got a laugh out of it. It was very nerve-wracking for me, but I was super excited that Francisco Pastor ended up winning that, which is a Climaster USA Latino on Instagram and YouTube, because he's doing great. He's been doing a lot of good content, obviously for Spanish-speaking audiences. He does speak English. That's why he has an English and a Spanish channel and Instagram. But yeah, he always credits me and Zach and a few others for pushing him into doing it. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But yes, if you guys are thinking about doing content, this is a great community. There is a lot of support. I support everybody that I see coming up, and we only need more content, because you'd be surprised at how many messages I get that something of mine, a video, a podcast now, something that they listened to or watched help them out in the field or help them get into the field, which is like mind blowing at that. So yeah, I encourage everybody to get into the trades. And then also, if you can, do some content, show your daily life. I don't care if you change filters, if you're commercial, industrial, residential, whatever it is, you're a helper. Somebody needs to see that or hear from your experience. Passing that off to him, getting all that off my shoulders now is great. So I don't have to be a part of that stage anymore. Where I won last year, I had to do a speech. Wasn't too bad. I did prep one just in case on my plane, which a lot of you guys already know that I basically landed as the show started, and I ran over there to, accept my award. And I was just, that was crazy. So doing that and then having to present it this year was a lot different, a lot harder, in my opinion. So if you win, you're obligated to present it next year. So if you're listening, you got to be there next year now. And, congrats to the HVAC guy, Curtis, who won a new category, YouTube channel of the year, which is great, well-deserved. That his channel has just gone crazy, and you can't deny the amount of work that he puts in, posting every day, and, feeling bad if he doesn't get a video out for, people that love his content. And I love it too. It's great to see. But again, I don't want to be nominated anymore. I don't want to be up on that stage anymore. So I am done, and I can just, sit back and watch everybody else get their flowers, which is really cool. Also, forgot to mention, this is available for anybody. Even if you don't post online on social media, the tickets are available to the public for everyone. Even other trades go as well, like plumbers, so as long as you buy the ticket, you can attend this event and just, see what it's all about. And that event, those tickets have gone up in price. I remember when it started, they were like under $100. Now they're like 120, 150. But that ticket for that event is crazy, the amount of stuff you'll get. So I'll show you what we got to take home, but it pays for your dinner, your meal. You get basically like I want to say it's a 3-course meal. You get some bread. So they give you like a salad to start with. They give you a fancy, this time it was chicken plate, and then you get some dessert. So you get all that, you get drinks, fun for everybody. There was an open bar inside and an open bar outside. There's people that stop you for interviews. There's a red carpet. You can talk to one of the Hvacr ladies over there, get interviewed by them as you go into the show. They also had, I think Hvacr was the one that set up to pull people in to interview for little segments. As you waited for the show, they would come out. And then you got inside, the award show started, all the awards get presented. As you're eating, they don't make you wait to eat, which is great. And then you can get your drinks, everything during the show. So it's very it's very well put together. You're not waiting on anything. Everything happens really in a timely manner. You get to enjoy it. You get to sit at a table with a bunch of other, people from Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. And you get to mingle. So before the show starts, you get like an hour or so of just walking around and meeting people. So if you ever wanted to meet Curtis, HVAC guy, or Zach, Quality HVAC, Chris Stevens, whoever makes it, Craig Migliaccio was there. A lot of companies are there. So if you are also a content creator, being able to go there and network is a huge deal. So I do appreciate that Ben puts this together, not only to give people, their recognition, their flowers, take a cool award home, and maybe that does something for you in the future with companies, but the companies are there. That, like, he has so many sponsors now to where you're gonna see Blue On, you're gonna see Navac, you're gonna see Field Piece, Navian, Pipe Vice. You're gonna see like any and every tool or manufacturer of like AC equipment and parts. They're there. So it's really cool. You get to talk to a lot of people. I talked to so many people from all these companies, and they were really, interested in hearing about what I do. So it's all fun. And then you get, after the awards, you get to, again, talk to everybody that stays around. You get to go pick up your bag. Last year, it was the EDC backpack, which is great for traveling. And this year, he was like, changing it up from backpacks, because I also have the ones from the previous years. And this time he went with a tool bag. Now, it's not just any MCT. It is embroidered with the Tactical brand right there, which I think looks really nice in red. This is not the infrared, because it doesn't have the side meter pouches and all that. It is the MCT with like some little pass-through areas here if you want to clip on things, just to give it that red accent with his logo, and some stitching that is in red as well. For an MCT, it looks extremely nice. Obviously, it's like a blackout version with red accents. So I've been using it. I got my tools in there. I'm going to show you that in a minute as well. But that's the award show in a nutshell. I was going to do a video last year about like what happens afterwards. So I got best social content. And outside of that award show, who's going to give me recognition, right? So I do respect what he does for us, as the nominees. They have a committee of several people. He's mentioned it in his videos recently. Like, he has a group now. It's not just him that picks them. So he has a group of people that pick nominees on their own. Also, they take nominee consideration. So whenever he announces that is open, anybody that is anybody can go on his website and say like, I'm going to nominate, so-and-so. I'm going to nominate Jake Krause, Cooling with Krause. And then just put what they do, like a YouTube or Instagram, and then give a little description as to why. And that gets sent to him, and they, I know he said it's not like a popularity contest. It's just like they need to know who the people want nominated. So they'll figure that out. And he gets a lot of crap for it. I respect him just for doing it, because if he listened to everybody and just didn't follow through with it, we wouldn't have this amazing event to be recognized and to be able to talk to each other in person, and also talk to a lot of companies there. So again, if you guys go to this thing or the AHR Expo, they're both good for networking. So if you ever go, make sure you talk to companies, make sure you talk to other creators, maybe do some collaborations. It's always a good way to help each other out, and just take advantage of that kind of stuff. All right, so like I was saying, guys, this is just an MCT branded right here. These are like little things where you can slide things through, clip things to it, but it's really just for accents. It's basically an MCT. I don't know why it's labeled MCTP, because the other side is labeled MCT. So it's just it's his own bag, which I think is really cool that they did this year. Last year, he did just kind of like do a little patch a little iron-on patch as far as like branding it, but this one is actually different on the outside as far as like the looks. On the inside, it's really simple. I have my pressure probes from Fieldpiece. I have strippers and cutters in here. Klein thermometer probe, infrared. Always got my pillbox full of connectors in there. Brush for condensers, always need that. And on this side, my impact ratchet, which I've done videos on how we customize this if you guys are interested. It has a flip socket on one side and then it has a whole bunch of like bits on the other side. So that is my main screwdriver and it ratchets. And we got a insulated, you know, flip screwdriver there. Phillips and flat. We got some wrenches, which I keep losing. I've been losing tools lately. Refrigeration ratchet. Where did I leave that? I got my tough belt knife. It is a little bit big, but it has that feature where you can scrape as well. And it's just regular razor blades. So that helps me a lot. And we got our Klein flip bit socket. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one in there. It's just, it has the most sizes in case I do need them. So that's always helpful. You guys have seen my videos on the lights. I actually stuck with this one because it can be in any small space and not take up much room. So there's that. I don't really keep anything in these little pockets outside. We got marker. This is my JB torque Schrader screwdriver. So when you put the Schraders in, you can torque it down and make sure you don't have a leak. This is the Milwaukee version. I have a Klein one too, but it's just a precision screwdriver to where you can slide that over. It doesn't rip a hole in your pockets. Then on this side, we got our reliable HVACR patch. If you guys have this bag, let me know. I'll send you guys some patches because this little Veto started adding these little patch areas where you can put your own patch on some of their other bags coming out. And this one has that. Got the 680. The 680 fits in here nicely. We got our impact right here. We got our temperature clamps just kind of piled up right here. We do have a Klein pliers wrench on this side. Got some bigger all-in-one like wrenches. And then beat. This is basically the one we take a hammer to if we need to chisel something or break something free. That's what that's for. And that's basically it. That's my service bag. I can do most things with it. And I think the only thing I'm missing is a valve core removal tool because I actually had a big call yesterday and I took them out. All right, let me see if I can get everything in frame. As far as what you get in the bag when you pick it up, there's going to be plenty of things from all the sponsors and participants of the award show. I'm also going to include anything that came in the goodie bag. So we also got this really nice bag. Actually, I might use it because I have that Walmart Plus thing where I can just shop, scan and go. So I might do that. Just throw my groceries in that HVAC bag. So I think I can just go through it really quick. We got our Webstone, and basically this is like a little, some sort of warmer type of deal. You snap this little disc inside, it heats up. I tried one, it gets very hot. This one is from Ultravation, better air, better water, better life. You get a little light and pen from them, American branded there. Navian gloves, just some cheap gloves. We got this little guy here. I'm not trying to rag on Navac, but this is an Amazon headlamp, which, I mean, if you got it for free, cool. If you're buying this, they're okay. I think Klein makes a better one. And yeah, it's a neat light either way. If you guys are doing attic work and stuff like that, it does light up, you know, the entire space in front of you. So Navac just put their name on it right there. This one's really cool. I can't wait to try this one. I've been actually eyeing this. It's a pipe vise micro. They make an even smaller one, but this is like the, I guess the 5-inch one. And that's a cool tool that came in the bag. What is this? I think this is a light. Oh yeah, we got folding light here, different modes, and you also get the tip light there. Pretty beefy. It's rechargeable. Ouch, micro USB. Not a fan. This is from GE. This is Ambro controls. I was at their booth as well. They give you a little phone ring. You just stick it to your phone and it's like one of those little pop socket type deals. Renewable cooling. Don't even know how to say that. That's Devin Cooley. He basically dressed up like a space in a spacesuit. So this is on brand with his style there. He might come on the show soon. They have some interesting AC equipment that they're doing right now. So renewable cooling is their marketing there. If you guys need some tags, RLS got you. They got this little luggage tag. This one is kind of cool. It is from Holstery. It is made in US or assembled in USA. It's basically a magnet. So if you guys have wrenches or pliers, you can stick them on there. And this has like a belt clip on it. So that magnet is super strong. I wish it was a little bit thinner profile so I can put it on the Veto bag tape measure clip and then have a magnet there, but it's not, it's too wide to put there. But nonetheless, really cool. You stick it on your side, on your belt or pocket or whatever, and they kind of show you their, you know, their little lineup of different holsters basically, and this one's a magnet one. A bunch of squeegees from Cooper and Hunter. I don't know what Fasten is, and it should be Carrier. The air trap. I'm interested in trying one of these out. It is basically without, you don't need an actual trap. You just need this. There's a little ball inside, and it keeps it from backing up, and it gives you a little more flexibility. They show it here on a mini split actually. So they have a few different versions of this. Cooper and Hunter lanyard. Zebra Instruments. If you guys didn't know, they make quite a bit of things. An older company. They're actually based out of Texas here, and I've had conversations with them as well. We'll get in touch, or you might hear from them on the channel pretty soon. They make these like lever connectors, which I'm getting more and more into, and you kind of see these on newer equipment now, kind of already there, instead of these different kinds of splices and wire nuts and stuff. There's also fuses in here. They make a lot of things. I learned a lot on their episode over on the HVAC Tactical YouTube channel. You get some stickers and a button from the Compressor Specialist National Compressor. So you got those. This looks like a bottle opener. This is from Midwest. Looks like they're snips right there. Then you get a like a all-in-one 7/16, 9/16, 9/16 mag hex wrench. That's from Duradyne. Company cam. I think this is the other light. Yep, company cam in here. This one is USB-C, and it is basically, how do you turn this one on? Oh, there's a real shallow button right there. Little spotlight and the side light there. If you guys, maybe it's magnetic. Oh, it's not. Has a clip though. I like the little case right there. Viga with the, just a little cheap measuring tape, Parts Town. Give you a little parts bag. This one, who's this from? Parts Town again. This is basically a, well, it's a level. I think it is also a light and a screwdriver. So, oh, there's double-sided tips inside. You throw it here. That's magnetic. And you got a little wobbly screwdriver. A lot of these are really cool. They're just little gimmick type deals. And then there's stickers. a pack of them. I think I covered everything. And then we get to the AHR Expo. If you guys didn't know, there is an expo, a trade show that goes on in different cities. I think now it is down to Orlando. Next year is Vegas, which is going to be great too. I've been to that one. And Chicago was last year. I think they got rid of the Atlanta one. So there's 3 cities and they alternate, between them. So every year is different, but then it, cycles again. And that's where Ben tries to, host on Sunday night so that you can, and it's a good way to kind of unwind and break, or start some conversations with people before you go to the trade show, which is very hectic. And just be prepared to do a lot of walking. This was a long convention center, and you need to make sure you take the right shoes and the right, clothes. Be comfortable, like comfortable socks. And my choice of socks are Camel City Mill. They have these nice, thick, I'm wearing some right now. I'm wearing the long ones because it is freezing outside. It keeps me warm, but in the summer, it keeps me cool. I don't know how they do it, but they have different lengths now. They have over the calf ones. They have just regular high socks, and they have low cut. Like for me, I wear low cut boots, and they're perfect. So different styles. They have a couple different colors, and like I said, they are just super comfortable. They're thick enough to be comfortable. They have these air vents to help keep you cool when it's extremely hot outside, which I work in Texas. It's gotten up to 120 degrees in the middle of summer when we have heat waves. So at the end of the day, my feet are not nasty and soaking with sweat. And their redeeming quality, if you're gonna complain about the price, is that they have a 10-year guarantee. You pay that one price, they're gonna last you at least 10 years because they'll replace them if you rip them. So if you guys go to camelcitymill.com, use code reliablehvacr10 to give you a pretty good discount, 10% off, on top of what you can get if you buy more. And I feel like these are the last work socks you'll ever need. So thank you, Camel City Mill, for sponsoring today's video. I booked myself out because last year I had the privilege of being at the Veto booth officially. So they did have me on board. They flew me out, and I mean, and there's no secret now, I am an ambassador for Veto Pro Pack tool bags, which is like a dream come true when I get to work with, them or Field Piece or any other company, New Calgon, products that I've already used, all my career. I've been doing this 18 years at least. And that's the stuff that's been in my van. I buy all this stuff and then they want me to represent them. It's a really cool feeling. So last year I had that privilege. I got to hang out at the Veto booth and, got the pass from Veto Pro Pack to get in and everything. And I think I did like one appearance that I got paid for last year. So like being a content creator has opened up this other door of another income, stuff like that. And then this year, my podcast has really done well lately, which has surprised me. There's been a big jump. I actually got invited to the podcast pavilion, which was incredible. Nerve-wracking, like I mentioned earlier about presenting, but I almost got up there with like a deer in headlights look, or I thought I did. People said that it went well, but I was up there on Monday with the HVAC Nights, a packed crowd, which blew me away. It almost threw me off. Thankfully, Jake was open to kind of carrying that show, and I give him all the props, in the world. That was incredible. He had the energy. Me and Kurt were trying to keep up with him, and the crowd was great. We were talking with the crowd. We'll figure out a better way to do it next year and a bigger way to do it next year. And we gave out one of these bags to Victor. Victor won that one. We did a random raffle there. And then we gave out t-shirts, we gave out stickers. It was a great time. Then on Wednesday, I did my Reliable Trades podcast, which if you guys haven't checked that out, I've just enjoyed doing these shows so much. Obviously, HVAC Nights is more laid back. We get to talk, be honest with, either our work week or the tools that we have that we're talking about, that we bought or have tested or had issues with. And then there's a live chat so people can chime in, either ask questions or give us their 2 cents on something that we're talking about. It could be vacuum pumps, it could be leak detectors, it could be like somebody working in a crappy job in an attic. We talk about everything on there, and it's always fun. The Reliable Trades podcast, which it's been rebranded to now, is being able to use my platform to help guys, bring them on and like tell their story. I built up what I did with my social media and all that. I always treated it like a business and grew, tried trends, tried, different things, and always kept it professional and fun. It always had to be fun too. But it's finally getting recognized up there. So like, I want to touch on that at the end, but I just wanted people to use my platform to tell their story. Like I'm blessed to have an audience and people that actually want to watch or hear me on a podcast. So I don't want it for myself. I want it for you guys. So a lot of the people that watch have been on the show. I love the stories. I get emails every day about people that want to be on the podcast, as far as like companies and speakers. And, I usually have them wait until I get through my list, because I want it to be like Jake has said about the other one. I want these shows to be like for the people. They're the people show. It's not sponsored all the time. I mean, it is sponsored from supporters that just believe in me, but I'm not having companies come on and push their product. So it'll never be that. I told the visionaries jokingly, like, I turned down so many companies that were trying to get on my show at the pavilion because I wanted them. I was like, I'm not budging. I don't care if it's Rigid, Vega, and a few others did ask. I was like, no, I got my guess. So that's always the way it's going to be, and that's always the way my content's going to be. That's why I think it's funny when people say that I am biased on sponsorships. I'm not. It's honest reviews, honest podcast, everything. So Wednesday's Reliable Trades podcast was great. I enjoyed doing that with the visionaries. Enjoyed that there was another crowd there, and it was all good and fun. Now the expo itself, like I said, a lot of walking. I only got to make it to like half of my list. I had a list. If you guys are going to these trade shows like the week before, make a list of everybody's like booth number. You can also go to AHR Expo, the website, and plan it out. You go to the exhibitor list. You type in who are you looking for. You could type in like Fieldpiece, Navac, Copeland, Heatcraft, whoever you want to talk to. And it'll tell you the booth number and what they, a little bit about them. I did podcasts. Those episodes will be coming out pretty soon. And, I went around trying to interview people that, I had Copeland hit me up. I had, Chemours, the Freon brand hit me up, Heatcraft, Dan Foss, Johnson Controls. I did one with Residio and Spectraline, and I felt so bad when I couldn't make them all. So plan yourself when you go to these things, because I couldn't make everything. So what's cool is they do competitions, and they do, like I said, they unveil new products. So I'm really excited. I was at the Diversitech booth. They made me and Zach compete with each other. I appreciate Zach for shouting me out and doing that with me. It was fun. I wasn't trying to compete in any of these things. I was trying to avoid that at all costs. But we went up there, had some fun, and it was a good time. There was a bunch of people at that booth, at the Hillmore booth. And I saw that they have a vacuum pump. I can't wait to get that. They have a new battery-powered vacuum pump that is, it sounds a hell of a lot better than what I have right now. And then they have that Speed Clean portable washer, which looks great. And they have some new gauges that I think are going to be worth the money for that, for what you can get out of it, versus some other ones that you may have heard me talk about. And then they have their new capacitors, Diversitech, that are 10-year warranty capacitors, which is crazy. And then they have, some other products coming. So I'm excited to see those later. Fieldpiece was nice. They have some new analogs. a new leak detector that senses R290 and propane-based refrigerants. Hvacr is giving us, actually, if you guys went to the award show, another perk was that you got the new Hvacr digital analog looking gauges, right? So I'll be reviewing those when they come out. And I think that is next month. Milwaukee was there. If you guys went, you got to see the new recovery machine from Milwaukee, which is crazy because I had just mentioned that. I didn't know that they were going to be the ones to beat everybody to it. They have a battery-powered recovery machine. It is super light. We'll see how it holds up in the field, but I want to say it was like $1,300 and it's not coming out till next year. But we've talked about it on HVAC nights to where a lot of us are going to battery powered vacuum pumps already. And I was like, if only they had a recovery machine, then I could just ditch, a lot of the corded stuff, because everything I have runs off of my Milwaukee battery. So it only fits that Milwaukee makes the recovery machine, so I can use, my battery still. So that's coming too, and you got to see it there in person. If you went, they had their vacuum pump, their new drawer pack out box and everything. So it's really fun. But I also had commitments. I went to Ambro Controls. We unveiled the larger oxygen tank. It is like 1.9 liters now. It's basically twice the size of the original one. If you guys have seen, I use nothing but Ambro Controls as my torch for brazing and all that. So now that they have a bigger tank, you don't have to worry about running out as quickly. So that's kind of cool. People are asking, I get like 6 to 8 jobs out of that where I'm brazing like 4 joints, or I'm doing a patch repair, something like that, and install. I've done compressor changeouts with them. I do get 6 to 8 jobs out of each tank, and your oxygen is the only one that runs out. The MAP gas will last you like a really long time. I also went to Jobber. Jobber was there for the first time. It was cool to welcome them into this crazy trade show. I think it's a really good thing to go to, and they were there, and I didn't even know. I was surprised that they had a poster of me. I think it was the largest one that they had there, and I was shocked. I went up, I was like, whoa. People were taking pictures with me in front of it, and that was kind of cool. And we went there. There was a huge line. They were printing shirts. You could pick a design, print a shirt, get a free shirt, and learn more about Jobber. If you guys want a free trial and discount, you can check out the link below. They've been a great sponsor and supporter of my channel since the very beginning. And then I also went to Spectraline, another good group of people. And I do use their product, and it's the only product that I trust and that I know, just talking with others, that is safe, because if you use other ones, they can like harm your skin, irritate you, and mess up the system. Theirs is just an oil, the Spectraline dye. And we did like a trivia thing. It was really fun. I appreciate everybody who came out to stop and say hi, participated in the trivia. You won some prizes. I gave out these hats there too. So the reason I wanted to do this video and kind of share the experience with it is, I started content creation 4 years. I think this is my 4th year now. So, and I went to the AHR Expo in Vegas. That was about 4 years ago. So that's when I went. I went in as a nobody, as a visitor. I still have people that recognized me, which was cool, but I didn't have any commitments. I just went, had fun. Me and my brother were in awe of all the things that they have there on the floor. So you're never going to be able to see everything, but unless you do the whole 3 days and you're there like the entire day, which I've tried, but it's a lot to take in. And then I went to Atlanta. I got shouted out at the award show, which is cool, by Lance from Solderweld. Appreciate them. Not nominated for anything, just went as a visitor, and the same thing with the AHR Expo, just went to hang out. In Chicago, that's where things kind of changed. So my channel's steadily grown. It hasn't gone crazy or anything, but and I like it like that. It's a good audience. I've built it up on my own. There's really been no help from anybody, and I'm proud of that. So in Chicago, I did get hired because I do have an agency. I'm represented by an agency now. So if you guys get into content creation, there are agencies that will come after you and help you get those deals. A lot of times you can get them on your own. And if you have any questions, like I've always said, I'm an open book. I have a few different group chats where we talk about that kind of stuff. And I want more people to talk about getting paid for content. I don't want people taken advantage of. In Chicago, that really opened up my eyes. I've talked to plenty of others that probably make more than their regular job doing content creation. So a lot of big YouTubers, the money's crazy. And then I got paid to do a booth, which blew my mind away. I made a couple grand just being at a booth and recording some content. And then I won the best social content at the Tactical Awards show, and I got stopped everywhere after that, immediately after that. It's funny, we did the HVAC nights as a pop-up. I asked Lance at Solderweld, hey, can we just film really quick? And we did a live stream. We stopped people and Jake interviewed them. It was a great time. And I mentioned that we kind of crashed. We weren't a part of the podcast pavilion, but we kind of crashed AHR. AHR actually took our photo. They were coming by and we had a little crowd, so they took a photo of it. And I was like, okay, cool. And we'll do that for the next time, right? Lo and behold, I finally got a press pass. I was approved. I had inquired about it. It's not easy to get, just so you guys know. They do deny a lot of people. I've been denied. Kurt's been denied. He's a big YouTuber. But, I finally got invited. They gave me 2 spots. I got some good time slots. So I was super pumped. And I gave one to our HVAC night group, and I gave one to, mine with the visionaries. And it was great. And then I did have sponsors like Spectraline, Ambro Controls, and Jobber that paid me to be there. So all in all, the only thing, I'm not trying to flex or anything. I'm just trying to tell you guys, if you guys are interested in content creation, don't get taken advantage of. Hit me up if you guys have any questions. Hit up your favorite YouTuber as well, especially if they're on Instagram, because I've asked questions in the past and now I'm answering those questions to other people. I try to bring people together for different things. I want everybody to succeed. I know there's been people that don't like me, don't like what I'm doing, giving me crap for different things. I've tried to leave them in the past and they keep coming back. I don't even think about them anymore, but I guess I'm an issue. And I don't care. The negative comments, the negativity in general, you kind of got to ignore that. And I've gotten plenty of hate comments in the past. Just if you're a content creator, don't pay attention to it. Take the criticism from it, maybe. For me, the way I talk, or I talk too long, or this video was too long, or, get to the point, or the quality, or, certain things. I'll take from that and I'll make my videos better, my content better. But I don't give them the benefit of, getting on my, or stressing me out, or getting me mad or anything like that. I don't give them that benefit, but I do try to take the criticism for what it's worth. And all in all, you're just out there to have fun. If you're getting into content creation, don't do it for the money. There is no money. I didn't start making money until a year ago, honestly. My YouTube made money in the first 6 months, but what was that? It was $20 a month. Then it turned into $50. And then I finally broke 100 a month. And then it would average $200 a month for a while. And even now, I only get $500 a month from my YouTube channel. The money is in the sponsors. So I turned to podcasting before other people started doing it. And, I just kept doing it the way I wanted to. I treat everything like a business. So just trying to be professional about it. And now I get sponsors, and those deals, start at over $1,000 a month. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, if you guys ever want to talk about it, you can also talk about it in our Discord. I have a Discord for HVAC nights, but it's just open to any and all conversations, whether you want to talk about tools, you need advice on work related stuff, you need advice on content creation stuff, all of that in the Discord. And you can hear from me, from the other guys, or from anybody new that might have an opinion. I have that link down below. When you start, it is a hobby. It is for fun. Just keep in mind that companies are always looking, so just be professional about it. But still be yourself, still be fun. Jake, you guys know Jake. Jake's himself. He still gets, companies that reach out to him. So be true to yourself, be professional about it. And I hope to see more. I've seen a lot of good channels pop up. I've seen a lot of channels pop up and leave or disappear. Lately, I've seen a lot of channels that are excited to start. I'm happy to see that. And if I can do anything for you guys, just let me know. I've tried to have so many people on the podcast that are starting out, and hopefully that gives you like a little jump start. If you guys want to come on and tell your story on the show, just go ahead and do that. I try to promote it and have people go follow you, whatever it is. But yeah, it's been a wild journey. I also run a business, for you guys that maybe don't know that. It's a lot of work. Content creation is a whole other job, but I enjoy these little getaways, whether it's the HVAC Tactical Awards show, have some fun there, go to the AHR Expo, of course, see new and exciting tools and, these manufacturers and companies, but enjoy the people that are there. It's a great time. There's a lot of after parties, RLS, Rigid, or Vega, they all do these parties where you can, again, network, hang out with these other creators and companies and take advantage of it. I know I rambled on. I appreciate you guys for being here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've enjoyed this journey. I've enjoyed doing HVAC nights. I've enjoyed doing my own stuff. And I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys get something out of it. Hopefully it's helpful to you. And and hopefully this shine some light on some things. I want to talk about more things with content creators, but please don't get taken advantage of. They might ask you for the rights to your content. They might reshare your content. I've seen my videos as sponsored ads so many times, and the only one that really has permission is Hvacr. Everybody else, when I had my sign for my podcast, they ran it as an ad, my video that I did. The mini split I put in, they're running it as an ad right now because I owed them a video for giving it to me. Didn't agree to them running basically a commercial for it, but it's there. A lot of people do notice the Hvacr one. They still run those ads, but again, they have permission. I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see like an ad and it's me, but don't get taken advantage of. Don't get a free hat out of it. Don't get a free t-shirt. Of course, when you start out, you just tag companies on the stuff that you already have. Like the tools you already have, just tag them every chance that you get in a story, in a post, whatever it is, so that they see you, and then just work on your content. My first videos are completely trash. When you start, you're practicing, you're getting better, and you're finding your style. And then when your first deals might be only for products. My first deal, which I'm still amazed that Philpiece even came out after me when I had like 1,000 or 2,000 subs. I did those for just the product. Like they supplied the product. I made YouTube videos and reviews, and that's how I started. Use that as practice. Like if you want a tool that bad, obviously, like if JB reaches out to you, if Philpiece or Navac reaches out to you and they're like, hey, we want to give you this vacuum pump, recovery machine, whatever it is, just do a video for us or a review. Go ahead and take it and use it as practice, and then build up a resume of, this is the kind of content that I can make for another company. Like pitch yourself to them. Take it as practice, and then eventually you'll get paid. It's what happened with me with Philpiece. That's happened with me with Veto. I never got paid for Veto before. Now I do. Hvacr they came up to me. Don't be too proud to shop yourself around either. I've reached out to a bunch of companies and some of them just say no, and some of them, end up being good deals. So you never know. All I'm saying is when you start, you might do these free product reviews, or you might get paid really little. Use it as experience, and then build up an audience, build up your views, build up your style, your content itself. And then don't sell yourself short, because a lot of these companies have a lot of money, and if they're reusing your content or you're tagging them all the time, you're giving them free advertising. Just think about that. This journey has been ridiculous. I wanted to come on here and talk to you all one-on-one. Remember to check out the Reliable Trades podcast every Tuesday, HVAC nights every Thursday, and just keep up with me here on the channel. Reliablehvacr.net is your one stop for everything that I do. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you on the next one.